And earlier today, ViVek officially declared his candidacy for governor of the Buckeye State, Ohio, during a rally in Cincinnati. Take a look.
We will lead Ohio to be the top state in the country, where we lead the way in the sectors of the future, from semiconductors to aerospace. Look at where we are today. How about this company, guys? Love this, in the heart of Butler County. An aerospace company leading us to the future, all the way to AI and the other sectors of our future. I will lead Ohio to be the top state in the country, where patriots across America actually flock to instead of Florida and Texas. I will lead Ohio to be the state of excellence in America.
All right, ViVek joins us now with more. His first interview since announcing his run. Oh, look, you already have the crowd behind you. Here we go. Hello to everybody there. How are you?
Thank you. They're good, Sean. I can't hear you.
All right, you had me in the speech until you went after my state of Florida and said you're going to bury Florida and Ohio's going to be beating Florida. You had me up to that point because I'm pretty competitive. Tell us about what's going on.
Look, I think a little friendly competition between our states is a good thing, Sean. That's what federalism was built on. I do want to lead Ohio to be the top state in the country, especially in one area that I don't think we've talked about enough, which is educational excellence, even in our public schools. I want to make Ohio the first state in the country where we implement merit-based pay for teachers, principals, superintendents, so that the best teachers who should be paid more are actually paid more. But that comes at the expense of a lot of dead weight hanging around. I want to get the cell phones out of the classroom. I want to bring back early physical education. So educational excellence, I think, is a core theme, especially as it relates to the achievement of our kids, Sean, and that's something we talked about tonight.
You know the #1 public schools in the country, you know what state it is, right?
Well, right now it is. Absolutely not Ohio. But I do think that we have to lead to the future we want to get to. And look, I think that take a look at the entire country. I mean, Donald Trump was elected in a decisive mandate. He's reviving our confidence in America. I think we need a leader here at home, Sean, who revives our conviction in Ohio. Donald Trump was the greatest president we've had in our 21st century. Now we need governors across the country who rise to that same occasion and lead at the state level. When you think about programs in healthcare or education, what they're doing to the federal bureaucracy is beautiful. But a lot of those programs are now going to move to the states and to the people. So I do think now is a moment where we're going to require strong-willed governors to lead the way, and I'm excited to lead the charge here in Ohio.
You know, I will tell you, I will tell you, it is sad what has happened to the educational system in this country. And yeah, I'm all in favor of getting rid of the Department of Education. I'm all in favor of either vouchers or block granting the money to states. I believe local officials will do better. Parents would make better choices than somebody at the federal level. It's such a shame that we pay more per capita per child on education, and we get the worst results in the entire industrialized world. And when I hear you passionately say you're going to fix that in Ohio and fix the issue of law and order and become a hub for business and innovation and technology, to me it's just basic common sense. That's why Florida does well. That's why Texas does well. That's why, you know, a lot of Republican governors have been doing well, and I like the competition as well. I want to see Ohio do well. I want every state to do well.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how our country works at its best, Sean. These are time-tested principles. Smaller government, put the money back in the pockets of the people who actually live here. Transparency for the taxpayer. I want everybody in Ohio to see how their money is actually being spent, from the state level to the local level, to bring sunlight as the best disinfectant. And I just think that we live in a special moment in our country. I'm as optimistic as I've ever been for our future now with President Trump in office. But we've got to take that agenda now to the next level. We've got to carry that forward to the future. Shutting down the Department of Education is a great first step, but then we have to stand for the achievement and education of our students in math, where 75% of 8th graders aren't proficient in math according to international standards. There's kids in other countries where English isn't even their first language, doing better on English proficiency than our own kids here. That's unacceptable to me, Sean, as an Ohioan, as an American, as a parent. But the good news is we're going to step up and actually fix it. I don't want to just curse the darkness. We're actually going to drive that positive change through action in our state. And I believe our country's best days are ahead of us. And I would like Ohio, as a state that led the first industrial revolution, to be a state whose best days are ahead as well. And economically speaking, I think it's something you'll understand, Sean. If Silicon Valley led the way in the American economy for the last 10 years, I want to make sure it is the Ohio River Valley for the next 10 years in the sectors of the future. And that's where I'm going to lead us.
How do you incentivize businesses to invest all that money? I mean, listen, Texas had a really big win, and I don't think if Donald Trump lost his election that Apple would be investing $500 billion and committing $500 billion in 4 years and building a plant in Texas and creating tens of thousands of jobs. I think they got the message loud and clear. Bring manufacturing back to this country, create high-paying career jobs for Americans, and that's all we really want. Free and fair trade with our partners. We don't want to be stepped on by our partners. And they've taken advantage of us, and we let them do it. And they